Hi guys, I'm Tess and this is It's Fine, a show where I try classic recipes for the first time. Today we're making angel food cake. Let me just grab my clipboard from my office, the sink. A little fun fact for you. Angel food cake started in St. Louis, Missouri in the 1880s as an evolution of the sponge cake, but didn't really make a household name for itself until the 1930s. The cutest little line, are you ready? It got its name because it's so light and fluffy that angels could still fly after eating it. That is the cutest thing in the world. I've never made angel food cake before, which is kind of the point of the show, obviously. My mom used to buy them all the time when we were kids from the store in like this, you know, those like tiny little individual sized ones that you would get, and then strawberries and whip. And it's like so nostalgic for me that I wanted to try because I've heard it's actually kind of hard to make. I don't know if it's super easy, but we're gonna try. For the cake, we need sugar, cake flour, salt, egg whites, cream of tartar, almond extract, vanilla, and water. The recipe says to sift it 3 times, which apparently is very important. I only have to do it once because it'll be magic. This is the smallest sieve I've ever seen in my life. Why? It's so tiny, so we'll just take our time going through this here. Just give me 45 minutes and I'll be back. The next is sifting the sugar. It's just gonna fall right through. Super fine sugar, don't forget. Half a cup of sugar into the flour, mix it in. Apparently this recipe was very popular with housewives back in the day because it's fat-free, but basically it's just flour and sugar and eggs. So not sugar-free, but fat-free because there's no yolks and no butter or oil or anything. That was popular back in the 30s, I think. Wouldn't call it healthy. It is delicious. It's kind of like a meringue, honestly, but with a little bit of flour. That's not meringue. That's what makes it cakey, I think. Okay, that's good enough. We're gonna separate some eggs from their yolks. It's very important that you don't have any yolk in your whites because that will just make it not work. The eggs are supposed to be at room temperature because that makes them more stable, but apparently it's easier to separate an egg if it's cool, so I just do it at room temp. Let your eggs sit out for a minute. It's fine, don't worry about it. Separate them and then put them in so that they are more stable at room temp. I go one at a time into the mixer, just so that if you were to crack one and have a little bit of yolk, you're not gonna mess up like all 10 of your eggs. You just go like one at a time and it's easier. We save the eggs. Eggs are expensive. Sometimes I use my fingers. No, we broke it. So that's a great example of why you do them one at a time. We're gonna whip our egg whites until they are foamy and then add 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar and then whip them until they're stiff but not dry. I don't even know what that means, but we're gonna go until they're stiff. Cream of tartar, I'm pretty sure just stabilizes the eggs. I don't know, it's used a lot in making pavlova, my favorite thing. We're gonna just put it in because that's what the recipe says to do. Old recipe, I actually have to add water. The 2 tablespoons of water go in now. I think this also stabilizes the eggs. A lot of this stuff happens to make the meringue stabilized. You can see that it's foamy, but we're gonna just whip it for a quick second. You see that foam? Now we add in our cream of tartar. Whisk until they're stiff. Stiff peaks. It's loud, so I'll just let you guys watch me do this. I would like to say that this is a stiff but not dry peak. I'm gonna test it with my finger. You can see that stiff peak right there. It's stiff, looks wet. If you make a pavlova, you'll know because you go to a truly stiff peak and it almost looks like shiny because it's so dry. I think that's what the recipe's trying to explain to us, but that's still stiff. So we're gonna add our sugar. We add our sugar gradually with the mixer going, 1 tablespoon at a time, slowly in. It looks good to me. It's definitely a very soft peak. Look at that. It's perfect. It is. It's kind of cute. Eggs are ready. First, we're gonna fold in with a spatula, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. Fold it in. To fold, I like to go around and then cut through the center. Lift and cut, lift and cut. It keeps the air. Okay, then we're gonna add half a teaspoon of salt into our flour. Give that a quick little mix. And then we're gonna fold our flour gradually into our egg whites. So I'm gonna do a little bit at a time, like half and then half again. Cut and lift. I think that's fully incorporated. Let me just give it one more lift. Yeah, it looks good. This is my angel food cake pan. It comes out like this. Kind of like a spring form, but not at all. Make sure you have this. Apparently, back in the day, they had real pans that had little feet on the bottom of them. I actually don't know if the feet were down here or on here, because it'd make more sense that they were up here. But when you cool the cake like a panettone, to keep the air and the fluffiness in it, we invert it. And so it had little feet on the bottom so that it would cool properly upside down, which is very cute. You just add your batter straight to the pan. No need to butter or grease or anything. You actually don't want to butter or grease because you don't want to add any fat into the eggs because it won't work out. It won't rise properly. It won't do anything. So we're just gonna go right in. Kind of scared, but I think to nail the correct consistency is not easy. So we'll see if it's even good. Flatten her out. At the beginning of the recipe, it says, "It seems to be the desire of every novice to bake a perfect angel cake." It's true, that's why we're here today. I can't handle that they said that. It is everyone's desire. It's your goal in life is to bake the perfect angel cake. That's why we're doing it today. Okay, I'm just gonna clean up the edge a little bit with my finger, because that's my spatula always. Make it perfect. And now we're ready for the oven. Okay, for how long you ask? It says about an hour, but we're gonna check it at like 40 and see what's up. And then we'll see. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's perfect. Look at it. It's like perfectly browned. Oh gosh, this is kind of scary, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna go like this and flip it. And you have to wait until it's completely cooled. At least 30 minutes. Always keep on your oven mitts. We're done. Nice and cool now. It's been like 35-ish minutes. You flip it up. It's a little stuck, but no problem. Take a spatula or a knife or whatever you have that's nice and flat. Put it in on the edge and kind of be pushing against and just unleash it from the edge. Then you can flip it back over and just kind of like push the inside. Honestly, looks perfect. It smells good. Just have your arm inside this for a little bit. The texture seems perfect, just letting everyone know right now. I don't want to mess it up. I'm so scared. Okay. Okay. See? Easy. Done. Wow. Looks so good. I'm really excited. It's finally time that I get to eat this. I'm very excited. We have whip and berries. 2 crucial items. I'm nervous about cutting into it, but I'm just gonna go for it. We're gonna be generous with our slice. Okay, so required is whip. I'm gonna put it next to it. That's what I want. Uh-oh, that was ugly. Shoot, don't tell anyone I did that. It's fine. Okay, then we need some berries. Blueberries. One at a time. It's not cute at all, but it's okay. First, I just need to try the cake. Looks like angel food cake. It's good. I'll be honest, the store-bought version is better. That's why they've nailed it. But it is good. It's the same flavor. It's like they nailed it, airiness. With the whip and berry, it's delicious. I'm getting a taste of angel food cake. It's actually quite a boring cake. Like, it tastes kind of like nothing. It's like sweet air. It's kind of what it's like. That's why I think you really need the berry and the whip. It is airy. It does feel, what was the thing that it said? Angels thought it was so light that they could still fly after. That's what it feels like. I would continue to stick with the store-bought version, but it's good. We did it. It was successful. Just like, I would buy store-bought. Okay, that's it.